listening to No Dumb Idea.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to No Dumb Idea. It's a pop culture podcast, but we like to make jokes and come up with funny little what ifs and do little trivia games. It's all in good fun. I'm one of your hosts, Gibbledang, and who am I joined with now?
GymleaderNate, and it's not all in good fun. I am gonna tear down the world with my criticism of the new Power Rangers movie.
Ooh, and
The new Power. What?
I don't know. I'm just naming something that I'd be critical of.
Oh, okay. I was like, I did not know there was a new one, but I'm down. But this is Dala.
The same one that we all know of.
I'm Dala. I'm the melancholy one, so everything's neutral to me.
Lame.
I don't know if that's neutral. Is melancholy neutral? I
No,
feel like it's more
melancholy's like-
downtrodden and
It
sad.
is like ho-hum, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Or what am I thinking of?
Boo-hoo, fuck me.
I'm thinking of something nonchalant. I'll say nonchalant.
Annoying sounds like it.
I'm nonchalant.
Nonchalance.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
I think I got a cousin named Nonchalance.
Speaking of nonchalance, it's January. It's the first month of the year. You know, who'da thunk it? And you know, here at No Dumb Idea, we like to talk about movies, particularly, and Magic the Gathering. But that's not about that right now. And so I thought, you know, oh my goodness, it's January. What happens in January? Fucking nothing. Nothing except bad dumpster fire movies. Just terrible dumpster fire movies.
Or movies that people never hear of.
Yeah. Which is me, mostly. Or whatever. Yeah.
Fake movies.
These aren't real.
Movies that might as well be made up.
Probably.
Exactly. Like, there's no way that anyone had gone and
No one's
seen this movie.
Yeah, no one's seen it at the very least, but yeah.
And so, give me just a second. Give me just a second. I gotta refill my,
Water?
the cat's fountain because it's making a lot of noise. That's definitely gonna pick up. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about Power Rangers movie now.
God, they really fucked up how they use the
You know what the newest one?
theme song. Yeah, the newest one.
Like 20, I guess probably like what, 2018 at this point or some shit.
I think around there. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
It was embarrassing. It wasn't bad. I liked a lot of it. I liked that it really felt like they were like the new interpretation of teens with attitude.
Oh, that's right. We talked about
that.
that.
Was important to me.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be teens with attitude, and I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
they did that well. But then all of a sudden, like they put the theme song in like the worst spot. Like Goldar, the whole Goldar redesign didn't make any sense. Hated
Ooh, I'll have
that.
to see that.
But why? That's not a January movie, is it?
No, we were just talking about it while you were gone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was explaining the gripes that I was referencing.
So January is considered a dump month for by movie studios, or I guess not by movie studios, by the
By the viewers.
critiques.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Basically, movie studios dump the shittiest movies, the things that they're not confident in.
Yeah.
There are other dump months, but I'd say the most famous ones are
January, February.
from January.
Or mostly January, really. February gets like Valentine's stuff by then.
February's getting there.
Yeah.
It had Madam Web.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
true.
yeah.
And they also dumped movies there that specifically they wasn't sure how they were going to do, went into test screenings, and they got negative feedback on. And then they're
Yeah.
like, well, it's too late to pull out, so let's just shuffle some dates around and stick it in January.
And then, there's like, sometimes there's a question of, is it the movie's bad? Like, which usually it is. Or is it because, it's after the holidays and people don't, nothing really happens right after the holidays, which that also makes sense. January's
cold.
a month of breathing room. It's cold.
It's quarter one of.
There's no sales.
Yeah, quarter one.
And then
of,
there's like a handful of the experimentals.
Yeah.
Those films that get launched in January because like people have no idea what to call that movie, and it's like just like it's kind of its own. I don't know. It's just like it's enough of a weird take on trying to do something that they have no confidence in it. So they're like, let's just put it in January.
Yeah.
Hey, not every January movie is going to be, like I said, there are some good ones. I think the new Wolfman looks pretty good.
Oh, is that January?
It comes out in 10 days, yeah. And the reviews so far are supposed to be really good. But we're not talking about good movies.
Oh.
Yeah, whoopsie doops.
Oops. I think all movies good.
Poopsie doop. All the movies you only picked a good movie,
Yeah.
good January movies.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kinda.
I think to really get into it, we gotta start from the beginning.
Ooh. 1916. The first
1916. Dan January
talkie. January Jones.
found a small
Senior.
village, and January Jones.
Senior.
And
Senior.
Daniel.
Daniel January found a small village on the eastern side.
Yeah.
Right on the eastern side.
Yeah.
Nuzzled in.
Of somewhere. Of a country.
And they started the town of January.
Of
And
They were it was dumping, like dumps, like garbage dumps was their biggest import. So,
and they all happen to be old movies.
Yeah.
They got
Which
to the old
existed
movie
at the time.
gig much later.
Yeah.
The first talkie just started there, and yeah.
And so then they said what the 1917 came around and the months were invented and they said what the hell, why don't we name them after this small
This little
small
rural
town.
town of
this rural town
January.
with January
Rural town
Jones.
of January.
and next door is
Dan
February and like
famously
2 towns over is,
invented
Yeah.
in the 20th
Yeah.
century.
Yeah.
And then there's that weird turn march.
Yeah.
That just all they do is march.
I don't know. They had like 7 or 8 months back in the 1800s. Don't look it up.
yeah,
And then the
until
colonies.
Obama
Something about the colonies.
added more months.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Obama. I'm just kidding.
Incredible.
Yes,
Incredible
yes.
stuff.
Don't worry. Trump's going to fix the calendar.
And then fast forward to right now, the moment that you're listening to this. And
Well, we have to talk about Meet the Spartans.
with the,
Yeah. And I Frankenstein.
Oh my god, I forgot that was in there.
Frankenstein.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Frankenstein. It's me, Two-Face. Before
Fuck, man.
I have multiple faces because it's all cut up. I haven't seen it, to be fair.
He's Frankenstein, but he has abs.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's incredible
and a kind of
stuff.
cut up
I love
face.
Abenstein.
He's got a scarred face.
Yeah.
Not even a stitched face. Can you believe it? Okay, so we fast forwarded to modern times. Let's look at some of the. I've only gone back like, I don't know, maybe 15-ish years. No, probably actually 20 years. I've gone back at least like 20 years.
Time machine.
Yeah. My list. I don't know. I don't think I have a list really. I think I just
Just have crap.
honestly, I've just been looking through. I've just been like, yeah, it's all crap. I've just been looking through the Ranker article, the worst January movie releases. So go check that out if you want to see what I'm seeing.
Just picking up what you put down.
Oh, thank God. I found a Jason Statham movie,
Ooh.
too, that came out in January.
Is it Beekeeper?
I'm so fucking. Is it Beekeeper or
It's
Dungeon Siege?
No, it's one that I've never even heard of.
That's probably
Dungeon
why.
Siege.
Dungeon
American
Siege, yeah.
Siege. Oh,
Yeah,
Dungeon
in the,
Siege.
in the name of the king, a Dungeon Siege tale.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I have it on my
fucking-
list, but I didn't
Jason
recognize it.
Statham.
It's
Why don't we
me.
start with that? Okay, we're gonna start with Jason Statham.
Statham.
A little bit of Stafy wifey, ain't it?
Boy.
Dungeon Siege. This is I think this is another. I for sure know it's Uwe Boll.
No,
But I think it's a video game adaptation
Whoa. I didn't know
with
that.
Jason Statham. I think this is one of his. It was only released in theaters because I remember seeing it advertised around the same time that Cloverfield came out, which, funny enough,
Love
is
it.
a good,
Yeah.
a good January movie. But I remember even knowing at the time like that Uwe Boll was a hack, and just being like, how the fuck did this movie get into theaters? But it was because of Jason Statham, wifey.
It's got
Put
Ray
his
Liotta
weight
too. Looks
behind
like.
that one.
Oh yeah, that's right. My God.
So it's got like this might have been before he got like known for crap, where it's like because I guess Uwe
No.
Boll he does get like
No.
He gets like Meatloaf in fucking Blood Rain. He gets like Mad Mickles, not Mad. What's his name?
Blood
Mad
Rain
Ben Kingsley.
also a
In Blood Rain.
January release.
Oh, is it nice? All the Uwe Bowls
It is.
probably count, honestly. In this.
So let's start talking about Uwe Boll. Let's, we gotta, because I'm sure we got the same kind of list.
Yeah.
You know, Dungeon Siege. Let me read that plot really quick.
Sure.
Meanwhile, while I do that, Dala, do you want to give an update on who Uwe Boll is and maybe certain practices that he...
Yeah, sure.
He
I can do a
believes
quick
in.
little. Uwe Boll is fucking.
Maybe don't make it quick. I gotta read some.
I'll make it quick, but then I'll talk about. Oh, there's plenty of things to talk
He's
about.
a shaman of
Yeah.
the old world.
He's a German director who found that there's like a legal loophole where movies don't need to be good. They can make more money if they're bombs. You know, like the Mel Brooks producers movie, essentially. So for some reason he found like some way to do adaptations of a crap ton of video game movies, obviously really shitty. But my favorite thing about him particularly is that I guess he's a boxer, so he's actually pretty good at fighting apparently. But he's like, oh, if any critics are like bashing my shit, I'll take them out in the ring. Like, come at me
I'll
first.
fight you.
I'll fight you.
Come
Like,
fight me about
very
it.
much a kid's fucking thing. Like, but yeah, he's done movies like Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead, Blood Rain. Like, I'm looking up right now to try to figure out who the guy I'm trying to think of, which is Michael Madsen. That was the guy I was trying to think. He's in Blood Rain. Ben Kingsley,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Michelle
That's
Rodriguez.
crazy.
That's right.
Yeah. Those,
Ben Kingsley's in that?
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Meatloaf.
He is. That's nuts.
Billy Zane is apparently in Blood Rain. I did not know.
Billy
that.
Zane.
Yeah. So he could get.
Can it, Zane?
He can usually get actors for some reason. Not like.
That's a walk-off.
Yeah. I guess it's just, again, he made Postal, Far Cry. He did Rampage. Is this the fucking... Oh, no, okay. Some other...
I remember him doing Far Cry and Rampage.
It's not the Rampage with The Rock, though. The, like, video game. That one, surprisingly,
Right.
isn't a video game.
No.
Surprisingly.
No, it's the... Jesus Christ. It's the Epic Gamer Rampage. The other Epic Gamer
Ooh,
Rampage.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's done Blubberella, which is, like... It's
That was
just
my nickname in high school.
exploit... Yeah.
Okay,
And Auschwitz.
this isn't a Uwe Boll episode, Dala. Get over it.
Yeah.
And
Anytime I can chill,
We'll never really get over Uwe Boll.
I'll chill whenever I
no,
can.
he's actually gonna come up again later.
Again, all of his movies are probably January.
Yeah, he's gonna come up again later.
His name might as well be Daniel January.
Ooh, the U in Uwe stands for January. Little known fact.
And then Blood Rain. That's a horny movie. It's a weird one. It's
Not a
so
good one.
bland looking. But that's Uwe Boll.
Yeah.
You know. I guess the next chunk that we could talk about. I think they're the same directors. Honestly,
Oh,
I don't
nice. I'm excited for this
respect
one.
it.
I think.
I don't respect him enough. Let's see.
Several
Meet
of them.
I think this.
Meet the
Yeah,
Spartans.
I knew it.
Epic
Yeah,
movie.
date movie.
Fucking.
I don't know, fucking.
I don't know if date movies in there.
Okay, but nonetheless, we have two of them.
Those two are the same directors, and then
That's why date movies better is the best of those three.
Yeah. What if Xerxes, but he's out of his prime?
And he's gay.
What if
And
what if he's gay?
Borat's
What
there.
if Borat?
Yeah.
What if, what if Hellboy? But what if Iron Man? And what if Iron Man kicked Hellboy in the nuts?
Yeah. God.
Holy fuck! I hated these fucking movies so much, man.
I fucking because I love scary movie. I love spoof parody movies. Growing up, I would watch. I stopped right before Meet the Spartans. I will say. By then, I was like, okay, this is just starting to get actually just stupid and bad. By that point,
I think superhero movie was the last good one.
probably yeah.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people think that like date movie, epic movie,
Mm-hmm.
Meet the Spartans, that they're the same people that made the scary movies. But they didn't.
no.
But superhero movie was
Yeah.
made by the same guys that made scary movie.
That's
when
true.
Yeah.
Leslie Nelson comes back and it's got
Yeah.
like a much tighter everything. In
Yeah.
fact, oh my god, that movie holds up so fucking well now.
Oh, yeah.
Like it aged like wine. Oh,
It really
so
does.
good.
It's
So
so, like,
good.
and the fact that all these tropes were like doubled down on by Hollywood, everything that they like joked about, and like
yeah. I will say there's.
But this isn't a superhero
No, yeah.
movie episode, Gym Leader Nate.
It should be.
It should be,
right?
yeah.
Every
That'd be a
episode
better-
should
Actually,
be an
we should
episode
have
about
one.
more
Yeah.
deserved. I
superhero
do want to
movie.
say, one of these days, I've always, every now and then I get the idea of like, I want to make some kind of like barometer or like test that I could utilize for when I watch a movie of how poorly it's aged or not. Be like, you know, like how many laughs I get per minute that aren't offensive or, you know, or that are topical. And I want to use the Epic
LPMs.
and Meet the Spartans and all those other fucking dumb parodies as like,
Oh, Jesus.
like the baseline.
As the
or
bookends?
to kind of see like, maybe not the baseline, but yeah, just see like, okay, like how many laughs per minute or whatever the fuck are there in Meet
Yeah.
the Spartans or Meet the
Where would Tropic
Okay.
Thunder land on a list like
exactly? That's what I'm like. I'm
That's so
genuinely curious. Like, come up with some barometer. But yeah, that's all. That's the best that those movies will do for me, at least. Meet the Spartans, an epic movie.
that'll be a good next episode, honestly, if you want to do that one next.
Like, so that's gonna take some time.
The how did it age barometer
Yeah.
of like
Oh, my God.
because I want to come up
from,
with
actually-
from milk to fine wine.
yeah. Jeez, to eggs out on the counter.
If there's a how did it age barometer, actually, there's a podcast and YouTube channel I recommend called This Aged Great. They
Nice.
basically
Do that.
look at older
Nice.
material movies and shit like that and see what's problematic
Yeah.
and what's good and what's bad, and it's pretty fucking pretty hilarious.
Hey,
honestly.
This Age Great podcast, have me on. I'll help you. I'll create a barometer system for y'all. I'll be happy to collab.
You could say us.
Oh, sure.
Say have
Yeah,
us.
so
have
we
us
could
all.
do it.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we could all do
Jeez.
it. Yeah.
No.
I don't know, but that's
me
just
on
my
first.
thoughts.
Or just
Only
you
me.
like
Anyways,
Wow.
so I hated these. I hated the. Shut up! I hated these movies as a kid.
Yeah, they're stupid.
They were so annoying. They were so like.
Yeah, they
Even
got
'cause
so
what-
bad so quickly too.
I must have been 13, so anything was making me laugh, you know.
yeah.
And
I guess, but yeah.
I just remember seeing that, like, so annoying.
I will say, like, date movie, because that one came out, I think, right before Epic. I think that one I was like, okay, haha, it's like not as funny, but it's still like okay. And then Epic movie was like, I think I was
I'm
just
gonna pimp yo girl.
blinded by like, oh, these are great, right? And then I think, oh no, that might have been the one. No, that might have been the last one where I was like, no, these are actually stupid. Like, goddamn, I'm done with these because they're just a bunch of like, and like the penguin comes and Aslan comes and he fucking takes a bong rip and you know, and
It,
it's
like-
Oh yeah.
It stopped being about like pointing out like and critiquing the genre and just started be like, what's a genre we can make a dumb version of?
But not
And
even
they're just,
that.
like, instead of having
Or, yeah,
actual
Not even
critiques,
that.
yeah.
but like instead of having anything that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
comment on the fantasy genre, just like you said, it's like, oh, just have Aslan take a bong rip, lol.
Yeah.
Like,
What's a
that's not
reference
the
for
same.
Slaps bitches, and now it's I pimp your ride or pimp your my ride or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like random references that like don't mesh well at all that they just force in there.
Yeah,
What if the main characters had an orgy with the satyr from fucking
Narnia.
From Narnia.
Lion, Witch, and the
Yeah,
Wardrobe? Wouldn't that be funny? I guess.
So in
But-
the same vein, I was gonna say too. I wanted to talk about movie 43 when they tried to do
Yeah,
that.
that, I was
that
gonna
a
move on to
January?
that.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally
damn.
different directors and stuff. That was like the huge collaboration
God, yeah.
of like
Anthology.
with all these short stories that were all directed by
Jesus
different people, and they're all supposed to be like
Funny.
gimmicky, funny things like that, but are just like terrible. Like so many of them just like have no
Like joke or
I've seen a
punchline.
couple.
no cleverness to them.
I've seen a couple clips. I've actually not seen this movie just because it looks so bad.
Yeah.
I think the only one I've seen is that like Halle Berry has like a dick for a nose or like a dick
Oh,
for a
it's,
chin or like balls
Hugh,
for a throat or
um,
something.
Hugh with this Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, it's late. I'm blanking on names, but yeah, he has balls on
He
his.
has
Jack
penises?
Huggerine.
Yeah.
He has penises for claws. What is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, he has penises for his penis.
They go florp. What'd you say, bub?
Ooh, you're kind of hot. Sink. They're getting hard. No,
That sucks.
the one I've seen that I didn't know, I've seen as a real separate, like recently, that I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of funny, but could use some work. Like, it's a lot of them I feel like probably could use work. It's the one where like this kid's homeschooled and the parents are like, we're gonna give it's Sabretooth funny. The actor that plays Sabretooth, and I forget who the woman is, but they're like, we're homeschooling.
Liam Schreiber.
too.
Liam Schreiber.
We want to give them our kid like the full high school experience. So it's like they like kiss and like the mom kisses him and like it's like fucking. It's like,
She like asks their son out on a date,
Yeah, like
and,
they're
then,
gonna
and the dad bullies him, right?
and the dad bullies him.
It's so stupid.
It's like they're
Oh my
gimmicks
God.
that are like funny right when you realize what the idea is. You're like, oh, that's so funny. But then as it goes on, you're like, okay, but like I get it.
Yeah, like the joke needs more work to kind of get like a good punchline or work out some
I remember
kinks in it.
there's Johnny Knoxville and who is it? Country Mac. What's his name? Sean William Scott. They find a leprechaun and they beat up a leprechaun or something like that. I think that's one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds funny. But then they found a way to not make it funny. Potentially. I guess I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that.
I don't want to see it.
It like didn't help that they were all like, I don't know, there was no real theme, there was no
Yeah.
real cohesiveness. It was just kind of just a bunch of random short stories.
I think that like
it's like
yeah.
Probably calling it Movie 43 wasn't a good idea because I don't think that's such a
What does
terrible
that
way to
mean?
market it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I think there's one I also remember seeing like, but I don't even remember if it's funny or what the whole thing was. But it's like Emma Stone goes to McCulkin, the brother, Luke, not Kevin, but or whatever.
Macaulay.
Huh?
Brian?
No.
What? Kieran Culkin?
Kieran. She
Kieran.
goes to Kieran Culkin, and she's like, while he's working at like a grocery store, and she's like, "You fucked me so hard, but like I miss you," like crying and stuff. And I'm like, again, like I fail to remember what it was, but I remember it not being like.
Fuck.
And it's just like, these are great actors. Like, such a waste, you know? It's like this could have been.
That
like,
was the other thing that was nuts, was that how many actors,
Yeah.
like big, like A-list actors, they got to be in it, just to like just crap out the worst piece of crap.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Incredible. I love
I'll
it.
include that on the.
Yeah, no, I
the game
love
that I thought of.
big swings and yeah, if yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like January movies have established that is just the spoof movie month at this point.
The bad one.
Like
In
a bad way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Then there's also Season of the Witch. This one
Oh, is it the
classic.
Nick
One of the first
Cage
memes.
or something?
Yeah, it's the Nick Cage remake of a 1970s, 60s, 70s.
Oh, is it the
60s,
Romero
70s,
one?
60s?
Is it a remake of the
I don't think.
Romero?
I'm not sure.
Because that's what I was
Where he
like.
goes on an island and he's on an island and there's and they burn him on fire on the at the end.
Oh, Wicker Man. What do you think of Wicker Man?
that's Wicker Man.
Yeah.
The one where he burns.
What did
is
I just
Wicker
read?
Man,
Season of the Witch.
right?
Because there's a Nicolas
is
Cage
this?
Season of the Witch, but that's like a. Okay, I'm looking at it now. It looks like a fantasy thing.
That is the January movies, Season of the Witch. Yeah.
Gotcha. Say Wicker.
Oh, okay, so you know what's so funny? I am so fucking exhausted. I'm running off with no sleep. I was looking at titles and I saw Season of the Witch. I'm like, oh yeah, the Wicker Man. No,
which
I
came
know
out in
that
September. I just looked it up just in case, but yeah.
movie. All right, man. All right.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it is January. I don't know.
But no, Season of the Witch. He has a sword and
Yes.
long hair.
Yeah.
And you know what? Nick Cage with long hair. I love seeing it. It's so silly.
I will say, I guess to plug another podcast, the Weekly Podcast Massacre did a cover, or they covered Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage, I should say. So go check that out.
He was on there.
Yeah, they covered it with him. But no, if you want to hear the movie broke down, because I'd never seen it. Or did they do that one?
Yeah.
Shit. Let me double check, because now I'm thinking of a different movie.
Maybe you're thinking Wicker Man.
Yeah. Well, I might be thinking of like Drive Angry or some bullshit probably. But I don't know.
Ooh.
Go check them out nonetheless.
Okay.
Go check out that podcast nonetheless.
Let's see. We got Elektra right here.
Oh, is that?
Ooh, that's
a good one.
right.
That's a good
Yeah,
one. Okay.
Electra.
I didn't.
That's crazy.
Wow, that wasn't on my lists.
I remember a guy has tattoos
Yeah.
that there's like a wolf that comes out of it.
I
That's cool.
think there's like eagles and stuff. Yeah, I remember that
Alright.
movie being so psyched because I liked the Daredevil movie at the time. I like Daredevil. I like Elektra. Like I mean, the movie got me really into like the Frank Miller stuff in general. And so when it came out, I was like, "Oh, cool!" And and it's like a popular thing at the time was always to recast like the main character or just the actors often. Like I think of Batman.
Right.
Later became from Keaton to fucking Clooney eventually. But they didn't recast her. It's her. So I was like, okay, cool. Like it's the same continuity. Like this is the closest we'll get to a sequel, and it's just fucking utter shit. Just like so bad, like boring.
Nothing that
bland.
anyone wanted.
Probably one of the first movies I could think of that has like a saturation where I'm like, I can't see what the fuck's going on. Like most of this movie, or it looks so boring, like just muted saturation. But that's basically the most praise I can give this movie.
That's that it kept the continuity.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too. There's a couple new ones I found that I feel like are important to mention. Legion.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys ever
yeah.
saw Legion.
That's the one with the ice cream guy, right?
It's an old granny, right?
Yeah, where it's the angel and Antichrist movie where a fallen angel is trying to protect the bearer of the Antichrist.
Yeah,
so
right.
that they can't start the apocalypse.
The bearer of the Antichrist. I thought it was the bearer of the new Christ, the reverse Antichrist, if you will.
The
No,
anti-Antichrist.
because basically the demons are trying to get to her, so not so that they can kill her. They want to kill everybody else around her so they can take her. I believe was the thing. Was that like all the and then because only some of them that came after them are demons. A lot of what come after them are other angels trying to kill the Antichrist.
That's right. Yeah. And then Legion was like, "I'm the best angel. I gotta protect this little baby."
Did that one get her a sequel?
And then I think
Something like that. It was hard to remember. It was like so. It was all such nonsense.
I think he gets his rings ripped off, his rings whipped off.
Whipped off.
I'm so fucking.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, he literally gets them ripped off.
Yeah, so that one's pretty cool. I haven't seen it.
I think it's still
Legion?
like an interesting watch. Honestly, I would say it's not.
It's not the worst.
It's not unwatchable.
No, yeah. It's a bit bland from memory. I remember watching it quite a bit, actually, on DVD. I don't know why. It's just one of those ones we saw in
It's really
theaters.
easy to have in the background.
Yeah, and it's like spooky, but not too spooky, where it's like, and you can just kind of, like you said, throw it on the background, do some other shit.
It's like the second 60%. It's like the last 60% of Dusk Till Dawn is the whole movie.
But not good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like structurally, like I feel like it like kind of emulated Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. God, I just realized Paul Blart came out also in January. Mall Cop.
Oh yeah, but that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, and we're not talking.
That's a
about...
blockbuster.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a list of good movies, which I was
We're
kind of...
supposed to be talking about bad movies,
Well,
like Tooth Fairy starring The Rock, which also came out in January.
Oh,
Nice.
my God. I don't want to talk about The Rock.
No?
I've been informed by my publicist that I'm not allowed to talk about The Rock anymore.
Yeah, since
That's
he was on your
crazy. I
list.
got informed by my publicist that I'm exclusively supposed to mention him at least once an episode. It's like,
It's like, come on, you can work him in once every hour. Come on.
always bring up The Rock,
Yeah.
say he sucks, and then move on in order to stay hip with the kids.
That sucks. His Dala's our publicist, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I just like 2025.
He's just trying to make us fight.
Yeah, 2025 new, change things up. Season 2, essentially.
Sow some chaos.
Yeah. Actually, you mentioned Dusk Till Dawn earlier. I did want to point that out. That is also a January movie, and probably, in my opinion,
Oh, that's true.
one of the
It
better
is.
ones, or for sure one of the better ones.
Yeah,
but-
that's a good
Maybe
one.
even one of the best.
yeah. I mean,
Welcome to the Daily Twister.
I am
That's so
curious. Like,
good.
Taken is also one. Where do you guys fall on that? Where's Taken? Is that good, bad? Is that
The
melancholic?
first one
It's
was
good.
That was
I don't think you know what
banger.
melancholic is.
Yeah.
But
That's middle, right?
Was it titularly melancholic?
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
god,
it's-
Glass came out.
Oh, Glass
Was
Split.
Glass January?
Split was
Glass.
January too.
Split was also January.
Yeah, so that's
but
why they
Glass
were
was
like-
tragic.
They were like Split
Oh,
did
man.
well, so fuck it, let's throw in Glass. I guess like maybe we could change things around with January, and nope, quite the opposite.
Oh, the fucking Mean Girls, the Mean Girls musical that came out last
Forgot
year.
about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
To talk about Glass for a second,
Yeah.
I had not been so pumped for a movie in a while. At that point, where I was just
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I really was just like so. I thought it was gonna be so interesting. I was like, oh my god, please, finally make a good movie again, please. Like,
Yeah.
if this if it like Unbreakable's so much like so cool to me. I always loved
Oh, yeah.
Unbreakable. Split was super fun. And I was like, please tell me this is going to be good.
You ran just like James McAvoy did in Split to the theaters to go watch Glass.
To the theaters
Yeah,
to
you
watch
did a dog
Glass.
run.
At the end, my soul was crushed,
Yeah.
like Samuel L. Jackson falling down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Your soul was made of glass, not unbreakable. Like we
Yeah,
thought.
you
that.
did a
Kids, they
you did a
call me
dog run and then you
Glass.
got drowned in a puddle, just
In
like
a puddle. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
God, it's funny you mentioning
That was.
Oh, go on.
It's just that the whole plot of the last movie is just like.
Flubbed it.
Like who I don't like what like I don't it feels like such a crazy follow up
Yeah.
the other two movies.
I think that's about. I think I feel like I've exhausted my list so far. You know, I guess one that I want to talk about that I feel should be an honorary January release.
It's February.
It had multiple release dates,
Oh.
and one of them was January. Actually, the second to last release date was January before it got pushed back 3 months. And that is Morbius.
Yes. Okay, I knew. Okay.
At one point,
I didn't realize,
Morbius
huh.
was a January
Supposed
movie.
to come out in January. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and when I had heard that, I was like, "Whoa, baby, let's
Yeah,
go!"
like, all right.
That is
It had
the
January
this is telling.
vibes.
January
Oh, yeah.
movie.
That would have been great if every like Spider-Man movie came out in fucking January. That would have been perfect.
Oh, actually, instead, Morbius came out on April Fool's Day.
Oh, did it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
yeah, it did.
That's even better. That's awesome. No, it's
Oh my
funny
God.
that you guys were mentioning, like, it's literally like a day or two ago. I was like, oh man, it's been a minute. I want to go to the theater. I haven't seen a movie in a theater in like or it's been since Nosferatu. And I was like, what's playing? Oh yeah, it's January. Nothing of worth.
Yeah.
So
Nothing good.
yeah,
Wolfman.
I guess soon. 10 days.
Well, actually,
9
I
days.
think there's a
Wow.
couple. I think there's a couple things coming out this year that actually are worth seeing.
I'm sure.
Nos
in
5
January.
Knows 2 Ratu. All the 2's at the end.
Let's.
What was it? I was just looking
Nos
at it. It was like
Nosferatu.
Nos
Look at
5
Superman.
3.
But that's not January. That's like later.
That's not January.
Yeah.
oh wait, that's later.
Yeah, because I was like, I want
What the
something
heck?
now.
Oh,
But-
this brought up the last. This brought up the last.
I'm sure if anything, I'll go to a theater that's playing like an old like just a rerun of fucking Good, Bad, and the Ugly or something. Like there's a lot of theaters in the area. I'm sure I could find a movie that I want to see playing. But yeah.
But
True.
what about you guys? How do you feel about January movies? What do you think of them? Do you have any you want to talk about?
Well, I think it would be a disservice if we didn't at least brush on Kangaroo Jack.
Was that? Oh, that's awesome.
Kangaroo Jack was a January release.
I remember
One of my biggest letdowns of my childhood.
Same. I remember as a kid, I was so
Really?
excited, and then it
I
was
thought
like
he was gonna be a fucking kangaroo,
the
a
whole
talking
time.
kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The trailer fucked
and
it
it
up.
fucking was it.
Yeah.
And then they had to make an animated series or a sequel
Yeah.
that was fucking that was
I-
that.
I feel
That's
like I
so
didn't
funny. I
pay
was
Pissed me
attention.
off.
Like I didn't pay attention enough to like the advertisements to expect him to be talking when I finally saw the movie. I just saw that it was about a kangaroo, about like dudes in a kangaroo,
Yeah.
and I was like, let's see what this is about. And it was, and I like loved it
Yeah.
because my expectation wasn't. Because I heard about that. I heard about a lot of people, specifically kids, going to
Yeah.
the theater expecting
It's-
a talking kangaroo movie, and that's not what they got.
And it's boring. Like I remember I've only tried once after because I saw it in theaters. I was bored as hell. Like, where's the kangaroo? He doesn't even talk. Like when he's there, except for like one scene where he's high or something. I think it was on TV once. I tried watching it. So like maybe I gave it a harsh time, and I was like, nope, it's still pretty fucking for a kid at least.
Maybe that's what left an imprint on me. A rapping Australian kangaroo.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I said a hip hop, a hippie to a hip.
All right.
I'm just like, this movie fucking rocks.
Dude, it's like Garfield, but with a fucking kangaroo, and he's sick with it, and he's Australian. Come on.
He's got a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like I have watched it not recently, but like a couple years ago I rewatched it, and it definitely doesn't hold up. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
Like it definitely deserves to be a January
Okay. Because I was like, maybe as an adult knowing that it's not that, maybe there's like a good heist movie or some shit. But yeah, it's dead. Nope, it's still January.
It's just all around mediocre.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a really PG version of Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle that they just decided to have involve Australia and a kangaroo.
Yeah.
that they released first. I think I walked by Anthony Anderson once at a county fair. And I was like, oh, that guy was in Transformers. He was like a 35-year-old man playing like a high schooler.
Was he?
Yeah, literally.
High school? I didn't realize I was playing a high schooler. Huh?
I think so, because he was like Sam Witwicky's friend or whatever.
Yeah.
But this isn't a Shia LaBeouf episode or an Anthony Anderson episode.
But it is an Anthony Anderson episode. Scary Movie 3.
It is now.
Scafori movie.
Yeah, Scafori movie
3.
All right.
Yeah,
that was definitely what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, I was like, for me, I think most of the list, like GymleaderNate said at top, is like, it's a bunch of movies I'm like, I've never even heard of outside of the ones we talked about already. The list I found. The only one I found that was kind of interesting was the list of good movies. And I was like, oh, we'll reach out. I'm just curious. I'll read out, outside of Taken, I'll read out a few others just to kind of hear y'all. I mean, Cloverfield, I know Gibbledang likes.
Oh yeah, I did want to talk about Cloverfield because depending on where you stand with that type of movie, that could be a terrible movie for you, or if you're like me, I love that movie,
fucking love it.
But a lot of people,
I'm the only one that hates
a lot of
it.
people really hate that movie.
I wouldn't say I hate it, but I didn't care for it. It's what made me not
Some
like
people really
found
don't
footage
like it
at the time.
I mean,
as a kid.
it's hard because it did start with like a
Like a party.
It's called ARG, Augmented Reality Game. There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Like the movie was released it was marketed as 11808 for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And then when you went to the website, there'd be a bunch of cryptic pictures. And if you flip the pictures, it'll show you something. And if you wait 5 minutes on the website, you'll get another picture or some shit. And it was just a lot of like very interactive world building. So like there was so much that you would figure out and want to see unravel when you actually watch the movie that it probably, I mean, obviously the movie's meant to be enjoyed on its own, but I think if you were following all of that stuff, it would probably kick it up a notch for you. I think in general, I think Matt Reeves might be my favorite director, or one of my favorite directors, because
I forgot that's him. Yeah,
he did that. He did Let the Right One In. He did the Planet of the Apes trilogy, and then Batman, and Batman 2. So
yeah, it's I always remember that movie that my dad was super into the marketing for it and into doing everything on the website and stuff. And then that was why we went and saw it, was because he was really excited for the movie and they were being really cryptic about what the movie was going to be about.
Yeah.
And so he was just very excited to see like something creepy and mysterious that has a bunch of cool marketing, and he was just like, I'm just curious, let's go watch it.
Yeah.
And then when by the time we were done, my dad was like, I hated it, I was nauseous the whole time.
That's how my dad was.
I walked out of there like, that was sick.
Yep. You got nauseous during that movie, Dala?
Knocked the helicopter out of the sky.
I don't think I got nauseous, but I didn't care for it at the time because I think that might have been my first found footage film, and me being like a
triple F,
it kind of like the Kangaroo Jack scenario where I was like, I wanted to go see a monster destroy the city, and I just saw a bunch of shaky cam and so
just like with Kangaroo Jack, I had no idea what I was there to watch, and so I enjoyed the shit out of it.
That sucks. I think your first trip F should be something special, Dala. We should.
I mean, I like.
I don't know.
found
Maybe we should
footage now.
rewatch Cloverfield. Yeah,
That
but
was a-
that was your first trip F. You know what I mean?
my first trip.
Trip F.
Yeah, trip.
Yeah,
One,
Trip F, found footage film.
yeah. The next one on my list actually that was kind of funny because I found this on two lists. I found this on best and also worst was and I have
2 lists?
yeah is for both best and worst. I haven't seen it, but it's Dirty
Interesting.
Grandpa, which is that the Johnny Knoxville one?
Yeah.
No, that's Bobby D, Bobby D
Let
Money,
me see.
and Zac Efron.
Oh, okay. I've not. Okay.
Oh.
Either way, I've not seen. Oh,
Robert-
Yeah.
Robert
yeah.
De Niro, Zac
I
Efron.
remember the
I think they
commercials
go
for
on a
this.
cruise or they go on a cross country fucking
Looks
trip.
like they're going like driving and shit.
Bobby D Money.
forgot.
Yeah, Bobby D Money's like, I'm fucking horny and shit and cool.
And I'm a
And Zac
dirty
Efron's
grandpa.
like,
Hey,
"Aw, man."
Look at me. I'm walking here. Yeah, it was funny to see it on both a good and bad list where it was like, interesting. So is this movie good or bad? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure it's
probably
melancholy, but whatever. Or melancholic. Sorry.
I'm not sure of any
It's
good
definitely
Zac
ones
Efron
that I just
comedies.
never. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
What the heck has got Aubrey Plaza in it? Julianne Hough,
Yeah.
Jason Mantzoukas. Wait, what the heck?
Hey, just because they have a lot of people doesn't like we've seen movie 43.
Yeah, movie 43.
Yeah. Example. Doesn't have to be good.
Don't get tricked.
Yeah. And I guess just one more to kind of top off is the Paddington, I guess, trilogy now is all January's.
Oh yeah.
And apparently those are pretty good.
wow.
I've not seen any of them.
Yeah,
but-
he's going to Mexico in the fourth
He's
one.
hey, cabron, what's up? I'm a fucking...
Hey, wey.
I'm a bear, bro.
Oh yeah.
Hey, pinche oso.
Oh yeah. There's. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, that's not animated, but he's
Yeah.
kind of CGI. But
It's
I was
Kangaroo
thinking
Jack.
There is an
Look
animated
good.
one, Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, are those... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it
January?
was just the first one.
It got promoted out of January. Nice. They're like,
Yeah,
you
I
know
think
what?
eventually it did get promoted out of January.
thing's actually pretty good.
It got bumped up. Wait, no, the first one. No, it wasn't the first one. Was it the second one? Because
Oh,
I
shit,
saw
got
it pop
demoted.
up on
Damn.
my list. I think it might have been demoted by like one of the later movies. Let me
Gotcha.
see.
It's like, ooh, Adam Sandler's not looking so hot. He's usually our big
Oh,
money
no.
maker
I
with
think the
Paul
list-
Blart and all that.
I think the list I had was just wrong.
Yeah,
Oh no,
that's-
it was the fourth one.
Oh,
that's
oh,
why.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's basically
Yeah.
they got pushed. They eventually got sloughed to January because they kept making them.
yeah, you know that makes sense though too, because it's like one for I guess for all of them, I would expect to be released in October, being Halloween. You know, it's like that's when it's gonna make its most money. Like as
Weirdly,
a producer, are they not? They
just
probably
now
aren't,
as I
though.
was going through it, yeah, there's like a it's funny because like they were like, oh, Transylvania 3 summer vacation, so that was released July,
yeah.
and then like and then I think the first two do follow what you were thinking, which is they're
October
always in
or closer
September.
to. Oh, okay, that's why. Because I was
Yeah.
like, that's. I mean, I always feel weird whenever there's actually speaking of Final Destination 2, also a January movie. It's like, why isn't this a fucking? I mean, I don't think that one's like Christmassy or like like January themed, but it's like put that shit in closer to October. You know, like it's always wary when I see. I guess in January, but also when it's like a horror movie in January, it's like, ugh. Nope.
See, if we could get somebody making some quality spoof films again, we could like
Oh, yeah.
make it so January is like the month of when spoof films come out.
Which,
Speaking of, I have that's a perfectly amazing segue that you have right there. Mwah, perfect. Good job.
that was pen his butt.
A little
the whole
star
time.
for you. So I had a little idea. I'm so fucking tired.
That was your idea. My idea was
That's a great idea.
No,
I
but
feel that.
and then
It's
take
the
a
first
nap.
thing to come to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap really quick. Let's pick up again tomorrow.
Man, if only they made good spoof movies, and then January
That's right.
could just be the month
So,
where spoof movies come out.
Yeah, so I have a little idea. I'm so tired. No.
Sorry.
No, so I took a list of, I would say, the worst slash most notable January movies, and I decided to run it through a little algorithm, a little bit of a technology, and I figured out from amongst that list the average of like like the genre. Basically, we're gonna try to make the perfect terrible
movie.
January movie.
All right.
And I have a list of requirements
Okay.
according to
Like a
ChatGPT.
checklist.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took the list of requirements and I put that back into ChatGPT, and I'm like, okay, make this movie now.
Oh.
And that's what was making me laugh earlier.
Okay.
So I'll read that later. But I think first, let's come up with our own.
That's like the control.
Based off
Our
of those
personal requirements.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
control group. This is the real one.
Okay, so these are the movies that I listed, and not all of them kind of, like I said, it kind of pulled the most common thing from every movie,
Right.
and let me know. So I chose Epic Movie,
Okay.
Meet the Spartans, Movie 43,
Oh, wow.
The Beekeeper,
Oh.
Dungeon Siege, Mean Girls, The Grudge, Glass, 50 Shades of Black, Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain, and Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know that was also This is some nice. Yeah, it's a good list.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Okay.
A lot of spoofs
Okay.
for sure. A lot of spoofs.
There's no Kangaroo Jack, but I guess I'll take it.
He could be a cameo. We can if it's a spoof. It's like Kangaroo Jack comes in and does the fucking.
We just
coke
choose
off
one animal to all of a sudden speak
Yeah.
and do a rap.
One he'll do cocaine off of Kim
Okay.
Kardashian's ass, and then
We'll pop
Yeah.
that in there then.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pop that in
that'll
there.
be one of the checklists.
Okay. Okay, yeah, there is a slight change to the AI generated one that I'll go into,
Okay.
mainly because the first premise that we're gonna go with, it wasn't as funny as the second one when I ran it through ChatGPT.
Gotcha.
So what I have here is that, according to all the January movies I put in, it's going to be an action horror comedy spoof that's an adaptation of a fantasy game.
Action horror comedy spoof.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a spoof. It doesn't need to be. Comedy's redundant in that.
I guess, yeah.
Based on a video game, you said? Fantasy video game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantasy video game.
Okay.
Zelda is my first thought. If we're
Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Baldur's Gate? I think of Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate as well.
Baldur's Gate and Dungeons and Dragons. I was thinking like,
So let's
especially
say,
with the rise of popularity of D&D right
Yeah.
now in general, like.
since it's a spoof, it doesn't really
it just
need to
needs
be
parts.
anything specific. It could just be
Yeah.
It's like scary movies.
high
like,
fantasy.
Yeah, scary movies like a parody of two movies put together usually. So it's
Yeah,
like Zelda,
yeah.
Baldur's Gate, Squish.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Instead of Carlight, can it be Kangaroo Jack? Just kidding.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's how we sneak him in.
They call him Kajak.
Yeah.
They call
He's gay
K-Jack.
vampire kangaroo.
K-Jack.
That's Australian in raps.
Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get into. Oh my god. Okay, I'm having ideas. But okay, there's gonna be a bunch of pop culture
Yeah.
references, right? I
Oh, man,
even
what do
feel
we
like
need to reference? Jonathan Majors.
Skibbity toilet.
Jonathan Majors for sure. Sky. Fuck.
Oh, did I beat you?
Skibbity
That was like my one
toilet.
idea.
Hawk Tua.
Fortnite.
Hawk Tua.
Fortnite. Ooh, Hawk Tua. God, this sucks.
You know you're cooking with fire when Gibbledang.
There's gonna be a tavern where like a wizard's like, maiden, what do you do to a wizard's staff to help cast spells? And she's gonna be like, I huck to on that thing.
Yeah. There's got to be like a moment where like they need to find transportation to get to the next town, and so
Oh
they
my
like get
God.
Elon Musk to sell them a Cybertruck.
But it like breaks
Oh,
down
yeah.
immediately and they're like, come on.
Yeah,
what is
but it
this
like
piece of shit?
explodes. Like
Or-
they use it as
Yeah.
like a Trojan horse just full of like a bomb and just roll it into a camp and explode.
Yeah, they're like, oh
But
yeah,
should
there
it
you go.
be? I guess they should be on the nose, right? Like I was thinking,
yeah.
should it be
Yeah.
like not a Cybertruck, but should it be like a truck made of twigs or something, you know? But no, it should
like
be
made of
like,
metal or
oh,
something.
look, there's Elon Musk. Maybe he could sell
Yeah.
us a Cybertruck.
Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's like, I think they call like Iron Man and Hulk fucking fist bump and do cocaine off Kim Kardashian's ass.
Okay, and then
Like, I don't think they changed the names.
so the most common directors for the movies
Okay.
were
Oh,
Uwe
of
Boll
course.
and Jason Friedberg
Yeah.
and Aaron Seltzer.
It's all three of them.
So, yeah, exactly. So it's all three of them directing this movie.
Perfect.
Uwe Boll's there
Okay.
to defend them.
And the
three of
fact
us.
that it's a spoof of a game, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Oh shit! Yeah, there we go.
there'll be.
I think that was about it.
Sorry, I was like
That's
another.
basically what Uwe Boll accidentally makes.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think us joking about is kind of how they wrote the movies back, like the epic movie and stuff. There's like, and then there's a scene where like Link breaks pots, but it's like there's weed in it, and they're all bongs, and he starts eating that. It's like,
yeah, bro, you broke my bong.
broke my
Oh,
bong.
dude, that sucks.
yeah, I think this
Yeah,
is
but it's
literally.
different because we're funny. See? It's different.
Well,
Well,
that's a stretch.
yeah, we're trying to
Skibbity
be.
Toilet's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
true.
different.
She
Okay, you
hooked
can't
to
say
us.
we're funny and then say skibbity toilet is hilarious.
She
Our
hooked to us
references
into
are
the
way
toilet,
better
dude.
because
Funny.
Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Oh, she hocked Tua's into a cauldron. She's like, you have to hock Tua. It's a hag.
Oh,
Hag Tua.
Hag
Oh,
Tua.
shut
There
up,
you
Hag Tua.
Yeah.
And she goes,
There you
Hag
go.
Tua.
She's on a podcast, but then she scams
Fuck,
everyone
that
and
sucks.
fucking runs out. Like she scams the people
Okay.
with like her cauldron, like selling her wares.
These aren't requirements, but I noticed that
Oh, no.
Jason Statham
Okay.
and I think maybe Bruce Willis might
true.
be the two actors that appear in the, you know,
Common denominator.
two bald white dudes that so the two
Okay,
leads
so one
should
of them
be
is
two
one of
bald
them is
white men.
Minsk. Like one of them is
Ooh, okay.
is the equivalent of Minsk, and then the other one we just straight up give one of them a wig and
Yeah,
to
oh.
play like,
was
like
gonna
it's just
say,
like,
like a-
the wizard is
Yeah.
Jason Statham, so he's all like, oh, I've got this, but then he has to wave
I'm
his
a
hands
fucking
around and be
wizard.
like, incinerate.
Yeah, okay. So now I
Lightning
think
bolt.
we should come up with the cast. Right off the bat, I think the vampire should be just Edward Cullen. Just an Edward Cullen.
No, it's Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, more topical. Yeah. It's like it's
Yeah, no,
It's
it has
gotta
to
be
be.
topical.
It has
It
to
has
be.
to be
Yeah, it has to be.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
so it's
yeah.
Nosferatu
Sorry,
with his
just
mustache.
basically Nosferatu.
And in the daytime, they're always like, "Where is he?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah,
And he's like making out with a woman though
Um,
when he's like gone.
yeah.
'Cause it's gonna
Okay.
be some stupid joke, or he's like parties
He's
at
always
stripper
so
club, like
horny.
strip clubs.
Oh my god, he's always so horny, fucking people. Okay, Nosferatu is gonna be the sexy
Vampire.
ladies' man of the group. Yeah.
I know we said Karlak would be Kangaroo Jack, but what if
Yeah.
Karlak also was Hellboy from the Crooked
Crooked Man?
That wasn't a January movie.
No, but still, it's
Oh,
not, we
man,
don't
you're
only
right. I forgot
reference
we're
the
talking-
January
yeah, we're
movies
doing-
what we're making.
I think we could
reference
do.
everything.
I think we could
You're
do
right.
Hellboy as something else though.
See, I'm so tired, and my mind
That'll be
immediately heard
Raphael.
you making fun of Hellboy, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck, man?
Where are we right
I'm
now?
gonna box you like Uwe Boll does.
Yeah, exactly.
Step in the
yeah.
ring, baby.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
So sorry, you said Karlak Hellboy. Is there
maybe-
another?
I was gonna say,
violent...
There's lots of other demons and devils.
yeah, I was
so,
gonna say I
like,
feel
we could have
like
it
we
be someone
for
else.
sure need Hellboy, but I think like I like Nosferatu as the Karlak because it's just too topical.
Yeah.
It'd be funny as hell, like with the fucking horny vampire mustache and all.
Ooh, Jason Statham and Bruce Willis should be villains.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I could see that.
And we finish each
'Cause I-
other's sandwiches.
I think in epic movie, what's her name is the White Queen, the one with the oh, it's me, I have the voice like this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
What's her name?
Jennifer
Yeah.
Coolidge.
There you go, Coolidge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer Coolidge is the villain,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. So wait, what's the villain of Baldur's Gate? Or maybe more to make it topical. It's
Well,
got to
no,
be
we don't
something.
need to-
yeah, it needs to be something.
Don't
else.
need to focus on Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate. It needs to be the
Something like-
pop culture now.
Yeah.
Thanos. They're both Thanos.
But also, like, yeah, Lae'zel, she's a Na'vi from Avatar: Way of Water.
oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like scene. Like what? Okay, let me. We had a lot of movies.
Who's a wizard that we could reference?
Ooh, I want long legs.
Probably Gandalf,
Nick
right?
Cage at some point if we can.
It's not
Long
really
legs?
recent.
No, it's got to be like Megan or the nun.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe
Or,
the nun and Megan are doing a dance off or something at some point. Like they're doing break dancing, and it's like
okay.
boo, 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 you know. And,
They're doing TikTok dances.
yeah, and
Yeah, all of the magic is cast with TikTok
it's
dances
this shit.
Okay.
and like K-pop dances.
Like, oh, you want to shoot fireball? You got to do this. Do 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 do. It's like,
Okay, so what's the plot, I guess?
All right,
it's a fantasy.
It's a horror action comedy, so I feel like you don't need to worry about the horror
The
stuff.
comedy part.
I feel like the worms in their head is still pretty good.
the worms. Oh, is
Yeah,
that part
the
of
worms
the
in their head.
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate.
Only
Yeah.
it's like represented by like a song
No, it's
that's
TikTok.
like super catchy but
Yeah.
is like really annoying, and it's an earworm.
It's TikTok dances, earworm, like the TikTok
Yeah, it's a
songs
TikTok.
that are the earworms.
Yeah.
Just
the
slowed
sick-
and
the s-
reverbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the four heroes go to fucking they go to stop the two king they go to stop King Jonathan Majors, who's played by Bruce
One's
Willis and Jason
Jonathan,
Statham.
one's Majors. That's how we work
okay.
it out.
Okay, that's perfect.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And
God, what?
And then what was the
Oh,
other Orin?
Godzilla's got to be in
Who's
this
Orin?
at some point.
Godzilla.
Or King
Yeah.
Godzilla's in there, yeah.
King Kong, Godzilla
yeah.
got to be.
And
in
How
then
do
at some
we?
point.
They gotta
how do
be
we put
smaller.
Godzilla in this?
They gotta be small, and then the characters are gonna be like, I thought they'd be bigger.
And then they're like,
It's
And
just
then,
it's just a dude in a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they go down when they're down in the when they like discover the fish people in the Underdark, like all the it's like bubbling water, and they're like, "Oh no, what is it?" And then you like see the back of the head rising out of the water, but then he's just tiny and he's just like
Godzilla.
And then there's a bunch of him. There's a bunch of Godzillas,
and all the bubbles were actually him just farting or something. Like it's like,
Yeah.
that's all it was.
And then a bunch of skibbity toilets
Yeah.
come out of the bubbles.
oh,
That's pretty
we're
smart.
gonna need Skibbity Toilet in there. So if like Freddy Fazbear, is gonna be in it
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's gotta be like a Freddy Fazbear /
Instead of
Pikachu.
oh, Freddy Fazbear's the owl bear.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
They go in to fight the owl bear, and it's Freddy Fazbear. Or.
That sucks.
It sucks so much.
Yeah.
That's why it's perfect.
I hate this.
We can't make it good. It's
Yeah.
coming out
It's
in January.
It's called
What
January
else?
movie.
What are other
or whatever we're
other
calling it.
horror movies that we've missed?
horror movies? Alien Romulus. There's like an alien, like at one point.
Smile. Everyone's
too.
smiling. They
Yeah.
can't stop. Yeah.
They'll literally steal the joke of Alien from Spaceballs. It'll just be that same joke, but just stolen from Spaceballs. It'll be that at one point.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now, should we should we be doing what the other spoof movies do and actually be trying to reference mostly other fantasy things?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do personally.
I guess. Yeah.
Or just
So
referencing things in
Game of
general.
Thrones. Circe.
Ooh, yeah, that'll. Yeah,
Cersei.
we gotta have like a Cersei moment. Yeah,
Cersei. Yeah.
the
She.
the shame moment. Like someone gets forced to do the naked walk through the street with the nun behind them ringing the bell. Shame.
There'll be a scene.
Shame.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
There'll be. There'll be a scene where this is a bit older, but there'll be a scene where like the four heroes are like, oh, we'll get that ranger to join us, and he kicks the helmet, but his like leg breaks, but like at the shin or something like more extreme.
He like crumples his entire leg and like he's in agony.
And, like-
There's like blood squirting out of
Or, like,
it.
And there's a bunch
He
of
goes to
nerf
kick
guys that are like, hey, did you know when he kicked that he actually broke his foot?
I'm imagining.
Yeah, we can
imagining. I'm imagining he goes to kick the helmet,
Uh-huh.
and instead of the helmet going and flying, like his leg rips off the socket.
flies,
Like,
yeah.
you know
It's
what I mean?
Yes, that's perfect. We're really doing it. We're
Um,
doing the Salzburg or whatever movie.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, is there in any of the other spoof movies? Do they really make fun of Lord of the Rings? Because if they don't, then we have to have a bunch of
Oh,
making
yeah.
fun of Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
yeah,
in
yeah.
this.
It's
I doubt
basically
it.
it's gonna be Lord of the Rings too, because the Rings of Power is out right now. So
Yeah, true.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot
We
about
need
The
to have
Walking
somebody
Dead?
saying like, what do your elf eyes see? What do your dwarf ears hear? What does your human tongue taste?
That'd be pretty good. That's a good joke. We'll do it bad though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What is your human?
And I'm
He's
Rick
like,
Grimes, and I'm here now. It's me, Rick Grimes. Somebody say Rick Grimes.
But it's Grimes the rapper. She's like, "Where's my husband, Elon Musk?"
Yeah,
Okay. But it's
like
Musk,
her
a
and that
muskrat.
Elon Musk is a muskrat.
And then she's like, "I'm looking for my daughter," and she says, or my kid, and says the name, but it's like the dial-up sound. It's for fucking.
It just opens her mouth and the dialogue sound plays.
Yeah.
So that's my kid's name. Where did they go?
Oh god. Okay, wait. We have to have a scene where Drake is like rapping. He's like, "Look, my songs are good. I swear. I know the pedophile stuff. Whatever. That's not that important. But my songs are good." Like where they're just watching him sing or some shit like that.
Amazing. I still can't get over that after all
Wasn't he
of that
acknowledging
happened.
anything?
Another rapper made a bunch of songs about calling Drake a pedophile, and he was like, "Hey, too many people are listening to this." He wasn't like, "Hey, I'm not a pedophile." He was just like, "Hey, why are you guys promoting this song? Stop that."
We have to have a substance reference too, where like someone takes the substance. Maybe it's like someone takes the substance and then they turn into Drake, and then that's when that scene happens where he's like, like singing.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that's what would happen.
Well, yeah, that'd be
like considering the.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. What you said, I'm saying like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
That's perfect.
The devil that Will worships, like talks to him via Joe Rogan podcasts.
Ooh.
Oh
just
yeah,
like-
there's a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
And then they're like, cut to the clip of the guys of the main characters playing Squid Game, and then it's a scene of the guys playing Squid Game.
It's like Squid Game, but it's like
Wait, Squid Game is the Trials of Shar.
okay.
Oh,
The Trials of
oh
Shar,
god,
when
that's
they
the
get
worst
to-
part of the fucking game.
Yeah, and when they get to that, it's just the Squid Game.
But it's a
and
lot of,
like a
like,
god
it's a-
hosting the Squid Game.
It's a lot of
It's a
characters.
season of Squid Game.
It's a lot of characters though that don't need to be there. Like it's fucking like the guy from Megalopolis, and then it's like fucking
Oh god.
like Long Legs dude is there. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool's
Red
there.
One.
just
Red
having
One.
someone pretend to be Adam Driver just to say with your friends in the club.
Does he say that? I've not seen the movie yet. Goddamn.
Yes.
I want to see that movie so bad, but also not. But
I need to. I still need to see it.
Yeah.
I'm
movie night.
determined I need to watch it at some point, but it was just I could not pay to go see it in
no,
theaters.
yeah, totally, yeah. Quiet Place and Joker.
So what happened?
Are like movies that happened last
Oh,
year
the
too.
Joker. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that there's like going to be a random
Oh, and
time where
Wicked.
it breaks into a musical.
yeah.
It's got to break
It's
into a
gonna be
musical.
Wicked and Joker and
The
Lion
Hag.
King.
The Hag
they're
has got to
gonna-
make make a Wicked joke, like a
Yeah.
Wicked reference.
I hate.
And then Mufasa's there.
I just hate how this is probably like 100% how they came up with the movies that they did do.
There is.
probably
This
just-
is really what
What
they
movie
did.
came out? Narnia.
Well, oh man.
Shit, that's so good.
Do
Ours
you
will still be
guys
better?
do you guys have any other ideas you want to get into before I read off the AI one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
also, the entire thing is found footage.
Oh my god.
It's found footage being recorded by the sacred artifact that's like floating behind them and following them all the time.
They're like, "Hey, be careful. That's the same camera that recorded Cloverfield, the only good movie in January."
The only good January movie. And then that's when they cut to the title of the movie, January movie.
Ooh, January movie.
No, I think that's pretty much. I think what we did was pretty much an A+, 100%. So I don't know. No
Yeah,
notes.
honestly, blockbuster material. It's gonna sell millions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can do better than that. So
No.
let's hear the computer's
Yeah,
version,
let's
I
see
guess.
what they fucking loser has.
So at first, the prompt I put in was, okay, I wrote, write a fake film synopsis of an action horror comedy spoof that's an adaptation of a fantasy video game. I put, you can pick the video game. There has to be a modern day pop culture references and tropes, and it will be directed by Uwe Boll and Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer. Must be an ensemble cast. You can pick the cast. And the first one is called Quest for the Lulz, Legend of Meme Area.
Meme area?
Meme Area?
That's wait.
It wasn't
Stop.
good. It's not good. It's not good.
It's dumb.
As a title, that is a good title. I think
It's a good
that's
title, yeah.
But
But as I read it, I'm like, oh, okay, this
the
isn't
prompt
as
was-
funny as I thought it would be.
Gotcha.
So I changed the prompt from, instead of saying comedy spoof that's an adaptation of a fantasy video game, to a fantasy parody. Okay, write a fake film synopsis of an action horror comedy fantasy parody of every terrible January movie.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Every
all right, what do we got?
do it in your best like trailer voice, like in a war or so, you know.
Every January, the evil Lord Boxophicus Floppus, Nick Cage, fully unleashed,
Nick, that's awesome.
emerges from the depths of Hollywood to unleash his army of terrible movies, known as the cinematic catastrophes, upon the world.
Okay.
These films drain humanity's collective IQ and turn anyone who watches them into brain-dead, popcorn-munching zombies. With Earth's cultural sanity at stake, a prophecy foretells that only a team of ragtag misfits, inspired by tropes from January's worst movies, can stop Boxophicus before he releases his magnum opus, the ultimate flop.
The ultimate flop.
That's
I
pretty
think that's
good.
Okay.
That's pretty
No,
funny.
I got so there's they made a
meta.
cast. Do you guys want to hear the cast?
That's why I was like, "Where's
Yeah,
the cast?"
let's
and
hear
all
the
this stuff.
cast.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Chris Hemsworth as Blade McShadowblood,
That's really
I
good.
love that.
a brooding vampire mercenary cursed to star in every reboot. He constantly monologues about his tragic backstory while posing shirtless in dramatic lighting.
That's the Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Melissa McCarthy as Karen Chainsaw.
Ooh, that's
A no-nonsense suburban mom turned zombie slayer
That's so
after a HOA meeting is attacked by undead Karens. It's all right.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is snarky.
He snarled something. Snartaloculus.
Ryan Reynolds is Snarky McQuips, a wisecracking action hero with meta commentary for every fight.
Stupid.
That's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Exactly.
having just Deadpool kind of be there would be perfect.
Yeah, true.
Aquafina is Lily TikTok, a mystical influencer.
Oh my god.
A mystical influencer who uses viral dances to summon magical weapons and stall enemies.
We did
sounds
that.
okay.
Yeah.
TikTok dance
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
use magic. We said
That's
that.
true.
It stole
yeah,
from
okay,
us.
So we got one thing.
We got 1 point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
true. Danny DeVito as Uncle Salty.
Isn't that the guy from fucking Smiling Friends?
That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. I don't know. I don't.
That's so fucking good though. Uncle Salty.
An unhinged exorcist with a flask full of holy water and a knack for accidentally summoning demons.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Amazing.
Actually.
And
That's
then-
a good character.
Last is Zendaya as Princess Dystopia, a moody, reluctant fantasy warrior who just wants to binge watch true crime documentaries instead of saving the world.
We would have to reference Dune. We would have to reference
That's true.
Dune if we're doing a fantasy
Yeah.
spoof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. There's a whole plot synopsis. Jesus Christ. What else?
I mean, if it's not too long, I would say read it, but I mean, yeah, go for it.
Okay. The movie begins with a parody of The Grudge 2020, as Karen Chainsaw's house is haunted by a ghost who whispers, "January is coming." Meanwhile, Blade McShadow...
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
wait.
also Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Blade McShadowblood is battling poorly CGI'd werewolves in a Blood Rain-esque scene that looks suspiciously filmed in a parking lot. The heroes
That's awesome.
the heroes are eventually united by the Oracle of Rotten Tomatoes. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Meryl Streep in a surprisingly serious cameo.
Because she always plays comedy, I guess, you know? Oh.
This is
Yeah,
what
I
wins her
guess,
the
yeah.
Oscar that year.
who warns them that Lord Boxophicus plans to merge all bad movie universes into one giant cinematic abomination. I don't know.
Wait,
this is already different
This is
from
also
the first
so
plot
funny
cinematic.
because this is literally also inherently a meta spoof
Yeah.
of the Deadpool movie.
Yeah. To stop him, the team must travel through parodies of terrible January movies. The Island of Forgotten Franchises, a glass-inspired realm where failed sequels are sent to die, ruled by a
Glass.
cranky Bruce Willis hologram. Hologram. Dungeon of the Miscast Heroes, a nod to Dungeon Siege and Alone in the Dark. Okay, it's just using the movies that I fucking pumped in there
Oh.
specifically. Where the team
about
fights
that,
hordes of laughably bad CGI monsters while Blade complains about being too good for this franchise. The Hall of Cringe Comedy, a parody of epic movie and date movie, where the heroes are forced to endure slapstick gags and painfully outdated jokes.
Okay.
The Maze of Romance Gone Wrong, a 50 Shades of Black spoof where every hallway is lined with awkward romantic subplots and cheesy one-liners. Zombie apocalypse caused by Movie 43.
I'll say a spoof
Resident
of a
Evil.
spoof isn't really that like interesting. But no,
Wow.
yeah, it's mostly the
Blade.
Because like this sounds literally like it's also like spoofing like multiverse everything that exists now too. Like
Yeah, it's still pretty accurate to the stuff that we're getting.
yeah.
Okay. Pop culture references and tropes. Blade McShadowblood constantly compares himself to Edward Cullen while making fun of Marvel's oversaturation.
Okay.
Okay. Karen Chainsaw live streams her zombie kills with the caption "Mom's Night Out" trending worldwide.
stop that. Why do I love that actually? I
Could
don't
use
know
some work,
why
but I
I
like. Yeah, so far these are pretty good.
Well, yeah.
Just clean them up. I feel.
Okay. The next one you'll love. Uncle Salty accidentally summons Logan Paul while trying to exercise a cursed NFT.
A curse.
my
Oh, that's a good one.
That's so good.
That's a good. Take that part.
That's
for
so
sure.
good.
Shit.
That's so fucking good. How does that happen?
Logan Paul. That's so
I didn't
funny.
think about internet. Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Ooh, the team engages in a mandatory dance-off parodying Fortnite, TikTok, and The Last of Us Part 2 musical meme mods.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right.
I didn't even fucking put that in there.
It's getting a little smarter.
Someone's
Okay.
already had this idea.
Yeah, it's learning.
In a massive crossover finale, this is the final battle. In a massive crossover finale, the team storm... God, it's so hard to read right now. The team storms Lord Boxophicus's lair, a fortress that looks like a Hollywood red carpet littered with Razzie trophies. What the fuck does that even mean? The floor? It's
Littered-
just a red... What does that
Like
mean?
it's it's like I don't know. It looks like a red carpet event
Yeah.
with piles of Razzie trophies everywhere.
I guess.
But it says that that's what his fortress looks like?
I guess it's just maybe it
I
has
don't know
red
what that
carpet.
exactly
I don't know
means.
what that
Like it's a
means.
castle with red carpet all over it. I don't know. Yeah, it's room
That's
for.
so funny.
That's why
My
we tweak
brain is probably reading it. I'm reading it too literally. Anywho, a fortress that looks like a Hollywood red carpet littered with Razzie trophies. The heroes must navigate deadly traps, including exploding plot holes. That's fun. And
That's
scenes
funny.
cut. And scenes cut for budget reasons. That's
That's a
fun.
pretty good joke. Yeah.
Like plot holes that are basically mines that
Yeah.
like you have to avoid. Like that's funny as fuck.
It's like wait a minute. You
And it's
said
like,
this
wait,
earlier.
how come this scene? Yeah. In the climactic fight, they face the ultimate flop, a Frankenstein's monster of January's worst
Hi,
movies.
Frankenstein?
Oh, we'll talk about that in a bit. As the monster prepares to deliver its final cringe-inducing monologue, the heroes launch their secret weapon, a movie trailer for a fake Marvel crossover that distracts the monster long enough for Uncle Salty to exorcise Boxophicus back into development hell.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
That's solid.
That's tight.
Honestly, that's so. It's really meta. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like it'd be really hard for someone to make that.
No,
But,
totally.
Oh my God,
Like I tweak it a bit, and you could get something good out of this.
yeah.
Guys, I didn't even tell you the fucking name of this banger.
Oh yeah.
What's
What was
the
the name of this
name?
one?
January Justice, Rise of the Dumpster Fire.
Nice. That's pretty.
a
That's
good one,
better than
too.
the last one. Yeah. January Justice.
Yeah.
Okay, so post-credit scene.
Oh shit. Vulture.
There's 3 of them.
Oh,
Let's see.
of course there is. That's the only way to do it in this fucking parody.
Right away.
January
There's 3 of them.
Justice 2, Attack of the Reboots. Or a teaser for January Justice 2.
Like Kung Pao, where the movie never gets made, but they tease the second one.
It's yeah. A fake Mean Girls versus Zombies crossover. That's all right.
Yeah.
And then Nicolas Cage breaking the fourth wall, promising to star in every bad movie sequel ever.
That's a good one. That's fucking good.
AI came up with this? God damn.
It's gotten better.
That's
you know?
crazy. Apparently, it's
Yeah.
gotten better. Oh no, are the computers getting funny?
How mad would you guys be if
shit.
they actually made this movie and we were like, fuck, we made it
It is
first.
kinda funny.
Kind of like came up with it first.
Because it also says why it exists. Because Hollywood knows that every January audiences crave so bad it's good movies, and who are better to deliver than the unholy trifecta of Uwe Boll, Jason Friedberg, and Aaron Seltzer?
Perfect. Yeah.
AI's
I feel like
gotten
it weirdly
to...
could get off the ground too because Hollywood loves movies about movies.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
if it's a whole movie that's a self-referential mess that's all just referencing the fact that January is a dump month, I feel like you could weirdly find producers for that.
You just got to get the right like fire started under this, and you got like yourself greenlit. Maybe not like to the extent of like how much it is in it, like, but for sure.
That was really good. I hope they make that.
Yeah.
I guess I could just take all that and put it into some kind of AI thing and be like, "Hey, show me this movie."
Yeah, take out the over take out a little bit of the overhanded meta-ness and then just like inject some of the stuff that we wanted to do too, and then just see what it comes,
Combine
see
the
what the
two.
total is. Yeah, make sure Jason Statham's in there and whatnot.
Kangaroo Jack as well. Gotta throw him in there.
That was exhausting. That was exhausting, but that was honestly so much fun. Just reading all of that, like, holy shit. January Justice, go watch it, everyone.
Yeah, hopefully this episode isn't the
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 dumb
January
one, though.
release that bombs for our
Show.
for our history. Yeah.
I don't
Speaking
think
of
so.
January
Yeah.
releases, though, let's talk about I, Frankenstein for a little bit, because it's sexy.
What is there to say?
I was gonna
other
Sexy
than
Frankenstein.
just, Sexy Frank. That is the tag. Might as well be the tagline for the movie and the entire
Hot
synopsis.
Frankenstein.
What if Frankenstein hot?
Yeah,
Question
hot?
mark.
What if his monster hot?
Give Frankenstein abs.
What if
What you don't know is I've been saving the world in shadows and secret for the last 600 years.
I'm dead. Dead sexy. That's what I. He picked he's like, okay, let me find the biggest abs I can, and then I'll sew those together, and then actually they're made of like 6 different abs. Every pec every ab is a different 6-pack.
It turns out that like Dr. Frankenstein was just gay and really horny, and so he just only picked dudes who look like underwear models to make Frankenstein out of.
This one's got a nice big cock on him. I'll take this one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That takes some nice abs.
Yeah,
Here,
ooh.
these pecs are amazing,
Just-
and chiseled jaw.
Might as well give him 2 cocks while I'm at it. Why not?
True. I can do anything. I need a bigger
This
jar.
is my monster.
Cock on the hands.
This is my monster. 2 cock David.
Cock nipples.
It looks like fucking Shumagorath, but it's just dicks.
Is that what you think gay men are attracted to? Is just like, oh, my perfect vision of a man would be a dude with cocks for everything.
Oh shit!
Like the aliens with the aliens from Scary Movie 4 or whatever, Scary Movie 3. They got dicks for fingers.
Yeah. Oh shit! I was joking. It's like a big fucking tentacle like monster, essentially, just like a ball of just dicks.
Oh my god, the mind flayer.
Yeah.
But instead of tentacles coming off the face, it's just more dicks.
Exactly.
A beholder, but it's just dicks. Oh, that'll be in the movie.
No,
A beholder,
definitely
but it's
in the movie.
dicks.
But
And they're like, what are those?
What's that censored thing coming at us? Oh, that's a behold or yeah, some kind of pun version of beholder.
Well, should we get into plugs?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, let's do some plugs.
That was-
If y'all want to reach me, you can find me at GymleaderNate on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, real simple.
I'm Gibbledang on everything.
I was like, you can find me at Dala.art on Instagram. Got some things I want to try to hit up this year, so follow me there.
I feel like that whole entire synopsis was so stupid it made me tired in a good way.
Yeah.
Same.
It was like
Same. I'm also very tired. I don't think I've said that on the podcast yet.
Yeah.
but,
and
It's the first
I
time,
don't
actually.
think you've said
I'm
it at all.
surprised.
Actually, I'm surprised you're tired. Yeah,
Yeah,
are you
but
sure?
Thank you.
You get so much energy.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
No. I'm a little melancholic myself, but yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Why don't we go ahead
maybe-
and do plugs then? That'll cheer you up. I know
yeah.
you love yourself some
Follow
plugs.
No Dumb
Yeah.
Idea
First-
on Blue Sky. Oh,
I mean, not plugs.
The cheers. Shout-outs?
The cheers.
Shout-outs.
Yeah. Why don't we give a shout out? Yeah. Why don't we give a shout out
Shout-out
to
to-
January? Why not?
Yeah, shout out to doing cocaine off Kim Kardashian's ass.
Yeah.
Woo!
Shout out to Hellboy.
Hellboy, yeah.
Shout out to gay jokes in spoof movies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Cock nipples. Shout out to cock
Yeah,
nipples.
cock monsters.
Shout out to
Kangaroo Jack.
Lord Box
shout out to
Office
Kangaroo
Floppus.
Jack.
Yeah, box office.
Um,
Yeah, that's so good.
That's a good one. Yeah, shout out to werewolves, bad CGI werewolves.
Shout out to
Snarky McQuips.
Shout out to the town
Yeah,
of January
Starkey
that
McQueen.
started it all.
Yeah.
That's
I wanna
true.
Give shout out to January.
January.
And January Jones.
Yeah.
Senior.
January Jones. Yeah.
What else?
Still fucking
Does January deserve more?
yeah.
God damn.
Thank you for listening to No Dumb Idea.